Hi, my name is Phil Walls. I'm Chief Clinical Officer for myMatrixx, and thank you for joining us for our fifth and final blog installment regarding analgesics. Today we're sort of going to wrap it all up with all those other categories that we haven't talked about yet, specifically anti-seizure drugs, antihypertensives, and antidepressants. So with the anti-seizure drugs, you may recall from the myMatrixx drug trend report released earlier this year that anti-seizure drugs are the fourth most commonly used class of drugs in workers' compensation. And I'm sure the audience realizes that these drugs are not being used for seizures, but instead they're being used for the treatment of neuropathic pain. Next, we have antihypertensives. Now, this category is not used often in comp, but just for the sake of completeness, I wanted to mention a couple of drugs. Clonidine, former brand name Catapress, and propranolol, brand name Inderol. These two drugs, primarily used to treat high blood pressure, can also be used in pain management. But like I said, I don't see them often in comp. More often than not, if I see them at all, it would be in something like a hospice setting. But they are a choice for a physician when basically everything else has failed. And then finally, antidepressants. So this is an interesting category. Drugs like amitriptyline have been around for quite a while. They definitely have established a role in pain management, although not used nearly as much as they used to. But then along comes an antidepressant known as Cymbalta, or generic duloxetine. And this manufacturer actually went back to the FDA and got an approved indication for pain. However, first reason it hit the market was for depression. Therefore, it will always be considered an antidepressant, even though it definitely has use in pain as well. And that's a use we'll see more often in comp than some of these others we've been discussing. Thank you very much for joining us.